Hey everybody, this is Payal Agarwal and welcome back to the Affirmation Addict podcast. Today's episode is a really fun one because I am going to be talking to you about how you can use affirmations to heal your body. And the reason this came up is because something happened to me where I didn't realize I was actually successful in healing my body. So I'm going to share that story with you, how I healed some disease I had, and I'm also going to tell you how you guys can use affirmations to heal different parts of your body, whether it is just a pain in your hand or if you have a certain disease or whatever might be going on with your body. So stay tuned. This is a super information-packed episode. Hi everyone, my name is Payal Agarwal and I want to welcome you to the Affirmation Addict podcast. Affirmations have changed my life and now it is my mission to help you use them to change yours by using affirmations every day to manifest things your way. My goal is to make affirmations attainable and accessible to every single person, including you, because you have the ability to take control and create your reality. So come with me on my journey and let's see what we can manifest together. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited for today's episode. So thank you firstly for tuning in. And before I get started, I actually wanted to kind of tell you guys something about my mission and what I'm working on. And as a lot of you guys know, my main mission is to spread the power of affirmations. But another thing that I'm starting to do is focus a lot more on podcasts. So my goal is to have at least one podcast out every week, as well as videos. So I just started posting some videos, and the goal with that is also once a week. And if you guys like these different avenues of content, such as podcasts or YouTube videos, I would absolutely love if you could subscribe, review, comment. Just tell me that this content is actually helpful for you, because if it's not helpful, I won't keep creating it. But I do hope it's super helpful. So I would love to hear how it's helping you, in what ways, and if you like it. So I just wanted to share with you guys my really mission for creating more content, creating content in different ways, because people learn differently. So I want to do audio, visual, Instagram, of course. So different ways to try and help you guys the most. So if you guys do enjoy these different streams of content, I would love if you would go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, or review this podcast and subscribe to the podcast. So whatever you're enjoying, please just leave me your feedback. I would absolutely love to hear that. And now, to continue getting into this week's episode, it is such a fun episode because I actually didn't know that I did this. I felt it, but I didn't have the medical proof. And that is that I used to be very anemic. And for those of you who don't know what anemia is, that is basically a super low iron deficiency, and it's actually really common in Indian women or vegetarian women. I am a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. I was actually raised not eating meat, and I've tried it. I do not enjoy it, and I never really felt the need to continue. So I don't eat meat. It's just not my cup of tea, and it's not necessarily for a certain reason. I do think a lot of people have very strong reasons and passionate reasons for not eating meat. But for me, the biggest thing is it doesn't suit my body. And I was raised not eating it, so I continue to. I do have other opinions, but I will share those opinions for a different episode because I do think it's a really interesting conversation. But back to the anemia. So I have had anemia probably since I was in middle school, so for the past, 10 years. And basically my anemia, every single year I would get my blood test, and my iron level would be at about the super insufficient level. It would always be, there's a scale of insufficient, sufficient, and above normal. I don't even know. There's basically 3 points on the scale when you get your blood test, and mine was always under the insufficient. So I was very low, and I could feel that in my body. I remember in high school, I would come back from school and I would sleep for 3-4 hours because I just couldn't get myself to do anything. I was exhausted. I was fatigued. I was losing a lot of weight. I was losing a lot of hair. I wasn't necessarily skinny, losing like thin boned or anything, but it was just like fragile, and I would bruise very, very, very easily. Like if you would touch me or poke me with a little bit of pressure, it would be a bruise, which is such a symptom of really, really low iron. And so that has always been a problem for me. And I would say starting in college, I started taking iron pills. I would try a lot of different things, and none of them worked. So I kind of got fed up and I stopped taking the iron pills because they didn't really make me feel good. So in college, I stopped taking the iron pills, and I instead started talking to myself as if my anemia had gone away. So a lot of my friends would talk to me and be like, oh yeah, like I'm anemic too. And I would be like, oh yeah, I used to be anemic. And honestly speaking, I wasn't consciously trying to change my anemia. That wasn't my biggest focus. My biggest focus was trying to have more energy and stop losing hair. So all the symptoms of anemia, I was trying to get rid of. So that was what my focus was. And I'm trying to be 100% candid with you as always. So when I was saying these different things, my goal wasn't to get rid of the anemia. I don't think I even knew enough about the anemia at that time. And so my goal was really, really to get rid of all these symptoms, because these symptoms sucked, such as the tiredness, losing hair. I love my hair, losing hair all the time, and not being appetized and bruising really, really easily. I would always get hurt, and it was so annoying because I would have these, like if Tom hugged me, I would have a giant bruise on my arm, and it would look like he like abused me, and he didn't. And so it was just kind of little nuances that I really hated dealing with. So I started in college. Yes, in college, I stopped taking my anemia pills. My dad always told me, he was like, take your iron pills, take your iron pills. And I didn't really lie. I just kind of said okay, and I never really took them. If one, because it was hard for me to remember, and two, they really made me feel icky. Like they just wouldn't digest properly, and I could feel it. Like I could feel it just like stuck in my chest, if you know what I mean. So I basically, when I used to talk to my friends, I would be like, yeah, I used to be anemic, so not anymore. Even though at that time I was still very anemic, I had all the symptoms, I just wouldn't want to give into it. And it wasn't really a conscious decision to do that. It kind of just happened. And eventually I started saying things for my hair. I would just think of my hair as luscious. I would think of my hair as really voluptuous, and I would stop letting it fall. I did take an action for my hair. I started taking a supplement of biotin. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's a really good hair growth one. But also, I stopped taking that now as well, because my biggest thing is I don't like being dependent on supplements, because something that doesn't really suit my body, and even if they're all natural, I just don't like the idea. And to be honest, I forget, and I don't think we always need those natural supplements if your body is in balance. And I think this is where I'm going to get at towards the middle end of the podcast, is your body can heal itself. And I've finally seen the power of that really recently without even noticing it. Okay, so for my weight, I went to the gym and I was trying to get stronger, but basically the biggest thing I would do is I would think of myself as healthy. I wouldn't think of myself as this tired person all the time. I wouldn't think of myself as this fatigued and drained person all the time, and it really ends up being a mindset. So the last time I got my blood test was last year, 365 days ago, and my iron was still insufficient. This time I got my blood test done in India, and my iron level was normal, and I haven't taken any supplements for the past year. I haven't taken any iron. I haven't even taken my biotin. I used to take my biotin a lot, but I stopped taking that as well. And I noticed the most amazing thing. I don't feel tired. I don't take really any supplements for my energy anymore. I try not to. I really try and give my body and my mind complete control over my body. I do think supplements are wonderful, but just for me, I'm trying really hard to test out the power of my minds, because I'm really grateful that I don't have a lot of chronic disorders, or I don't have really, really debilitating diseases right now, so I can practice this work on myself. And so I'm trying to fix those different levels. And I just found out I have a vitamin D deficiency, so now I'm going to try and use this kind of mindset to help that deficiency and see if it works, because this is all trial and error and talking to your mind and talking yourself through it. And so what I thought was incredible was literally medical proof that my iron levels have increased without changing a single thing. I haven't changed my diet. I have not been taking iron pills. I have not been taking biotin pills. My hair is thick again. It doesn't fall nearly as much. So many shifts. And what has changed? The one thing that has changed is I take effort and talk to my body, and I love my body the way it is. A lot of the times when we are diagnosed with something, whether it is low iron or acne or eczema, like whatever we're diagnosed with, we tend to think of our body negatively. We're like, dang it, my body is like this, or dang it, my face looks like this. It's a really kind of unloving energy we end up giving our bodies. And that is so harmful. And I don't think we understand the power of that. And honestly speaking, I didn't understand the power of that until I kind of reflected on how I changed my iron levels. So what I would used to do, and what I invite all of you guys to do, is talk to your body, talk to your cells. And let me explain why this works. When you are talking to your body, you're talking to your cells, I don't think what we realize is every single thing, every physical thing that we see in this world, it's all made up of a cell, made up of millions of cells, and especially our body. And what we don't realize is cells, the nucleus is the only physical part, like technically physical part, and the rest is just energy. And that energy is 96% of us. We are 96% energy as human beings. Our walking selves were 96% energy and only 4% physical matter, which is so mind-boggling. So if you understand that all of us are energy and every cell within you is basically all energy, you can align with that energy and you can communicate with that energy. And think about it this way. Your cells are always listening to you. Your body is always listening to you, because your body is supporting you. Your body is living, breathing for you to keep you running, to keep you waking up the next morning. And sometimes we take that for granted and we don't even appreciate that because it's such a given in our daily life. For example, we're not thinking about that next breath we're going to take. That is our cells. That is our brain. That is our body doing that for us. We're not thinking about when our heart is going to beat the next time. I've never thought about when my heart is going to beat the next time because I don't control that. That's my mind. That's my brain. And that is like my body doing that for me. I don't think about a lot of it. We don't even think about how our hands move. Like all of this is our connectedness with ourselves and with our body. And this topic, as you can tell, it gets me so excited because it's so powerful and so eye-opening to realize like how just amazing and complex but simple we are. And like all you have to do is talk to yourselves. And I'm going to give you some affirmations, like just the ones that I've used when I'm talking to myself. But I really, really want to hone in on the idea of why it's so powerful to talk to yourselves, because you can truly heal any disease. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about if I have terminal cancer or if I have a chronic disorder? Eventually you can. It does take time. I'm not saying this is an overnight thing, but firstly, if you think I'm talking crazy, that's not going to work. Like takes some work and it takes some time, but you really can heal anything. And there's so much proof of it out there. You just have to look for it and you just have to be willing to believe that it's even true. Then your examples will start flowing to you. But in terms of talking to your body and why it is just so powerful is imagine the way you really talk to your body and imagine the way you're looking at your body. When I look at my body in the mirror, I'm normally always like, oh, I could be skinnier, or oh, I'm hairy here because my parents are hairy. You were always kind of dissing and insulting our bodies. I think like maybe 1% of our population looks in the mirror and says, wow, I genuinely love my body for what it is today, right now. We just don't do that. That's not in our culture. And that's okay if you want to make your body better, you want to be more athletic, or you want to be more like strong. That's totally fine, but still loving your body in this moment, just for the fact that it's doing so much work to keep you running so you can even get better. I think that is an understanding that so many of us don't have, and it's so powerful to do. And that's why I think once you start acknowledging your body for all the work it's doing, acknowledging every single cell for everything it's doing for you, that is when you can start having your body listen to you. And a big example here I want to give is weight loss. A lot of people are like, I'm not losing weight, I think I'm fat. Well, of course, because you're looking at yourself from the lens of extra weight and you're not talking to your body with love. And the first comment I get back is, well, how can I love my body if it's fat? Do you not love your body because you're still here today? Like, bigger picture, my loves, bigger picture. There's so much more to be thankful for. If you don't like the weight you're at, what actions are you taking to get rid of it? What way are you looking at yourself? One, why are you trying to lose your weight? Is it for your own satisfaction, or is it so other people look at you nicely? I think normally it's number two, so other people can look at you and don't think that you're fat, because that's such a bad kind of misconception in our society, which bothers me so much because so many people have issues with their weight because of the pressures that we put through social media, through celebrities and stuff. And now there's becoming a lot more awareness about all sizes matter. And I love that because it's so damaging for the mind. And not everybody is aware enough to understand, and not everybody has this knowledge because it's something that a lot of people personally go through, but not a lot of people share. And I really want to change that. I want people to understand you can change your body, whether it is extra weight, whether it is a disease, whether it is anemia, whether it is your eyesight, which I'm also working on, by the way, and it has gotten better. Whatever it is, you can change your body, whether it's your acne, like all of these bodily issues, that is energy expressing itself. That is the way you're thinking about yourself expressing itself. So for example, for me, I probably consider myself, oh, I don't have enough high energy, I don't have enough beautiful hair, I'm this, I'm that, and that might have been a reason for my anemia. And there is actually a book on basically affirmations for different diseases. I don't know necessarily how true they are, but basically it's affirmations for different diseases, to say, like, so if I'm anemic, there's a certain affirmation for it. I personally didn't use that. A lot of my thinking was, I would basically just say the affirmation, oh, I'm not anemic anymore. Basically, I would talk my anemia away, and I would do different things to get rid of those symptoms. But what we don't realize is, if we are talking to our bodies with the same amount of hate, how is our body going to listen to us? So think about it this way. When you're talking to a kid, when you talk to a kid with love, they listen to you. When you talk to a kid with anger or in a scolding manner, they don't listen to you. That's our bodies doing the same exact thing. If you want your body to actually listen to you, talk to it with love and show it love and love it. If you don't want your body to listen to you, which most of our bodies don't listen to us because we don't love our bodies and we're not giving our bodies the same love. We're talking to them with that negative energy, with that disgustful energy. I don't even know if that's a word, but like with energy of like shame. Like I feel like a lot of it is body shaming, that we are just so ashamed of our bodies. But how does it matter? Like, I don't think my body is necessarily quote unquote perfect. It's not, I don't have like the best figure, but I love my body because it's serving me and I'm here and it's sticking with me all along the way and carrying my soul and my divinity. And that is more than enough for me. And you know what? Once I came to that realization, my body did change into that quote unquote perfect that I wanted to. I am losing weight in the areas I really wanted to lose weight. I fixed my anemia, medical proof, and I'm fixing my eyesight. And I stopped losing hair. All of these things, that's all coming true. But the first thing I had to do was love my body for what it was. And one affirmation that I highly, highly recommend you say is something about your cells. And you can transform this to make it work for you. But the one that I would say every single day is, I love every single cell of mine. I am thankful for every single cell of mine. And thank you to each cell of mine for supporting me, for loving me, for nourishing me, and for giving me everything I need to have a beautiful and healthy day today. Basically acknowledging the amount of effort that your cells are putting in to you. Like, your cells are like your little workers. You have millions of cells and their only job is to support you. That is such a beautiful thought. And sometimes that is an amazing thing. And that's so like such a miracle. And we forget that we're here, we're breathing, and we're living our life just because our cells are able to work for us. If our cells weren't working for us, we wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't even be able to complain about the problems that you have. So I really, really want you to take a second and reevaluate how beautiful it is that your cells are supporting you. Your cells are there for you, and your cells are doing everything that they can to help you. And now it's your turn to be grateful for them. It's your turn to talk to them. You can talk to your cells for anything. I know people who have healed cancer. I know people, and I don't know the people personally who've healed cancer, but I do know them on YouTube videos. I know stories. These are very, very common things. If you do a YouTube search about healing your body naturally or through affirmations, there's so much proof out there that this stuff works. And if you need someone that you know and you're listening to my podcast, you probably know me more than a lot of people know me. I vent my heart out on here. And so I healed my anemia, and I have medical proof. I'm going to go try and find the actual lab reports. My dad has them. So I'm going to find the ones in the past and show you the ones that just came up and show that literally lab tested medical proof that my anemia, by changing absolutely nothing, is gone. It's disappeared. My iron levels are fine. And that to me is such a beautiful victory that I was able to do, but it's not about me. This is about you. I want you to know that you can do this too. Whatever bodily issue, whatever dis-ease. And once again, with the word disease is just dis-ease in your body, in your energy. And so whatever kind of negativity you might be feeling, it could be outside sources, but whatever negative energy you have, it comes out in your body, and your body can feel it. Sometimes we get shoulder pains, and that shoulder pain could just be a really heavy burden we're holding. I tend to get a lot of neck pain and a lot of shoulder pain in my back because when I get really into things, I tend to carry all the responsibilities physically on my shoulder, and that comes in energy, and I have to talk myself out of it. And I can't even stretch, and my neck hurts, and I would get all these nerves, and I would need massages all the time. But then I realized I can talk to my body, I can talk to my shoulders, I can talk to my neck. So you can talk to any part of your body, or you can talk to all of your cells as a whole, whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. And I even use this for headaches. When I have headaches, I do different ailments, but I really am against allopathic medicines, which is like the Tylenols and the ibuprofens of the world, unless I really, really need it and I need a quick fix. But I'm really trying to get myself to feel good all the time. So when I do get a really bad headache, I used to get migraines a lot. I don't get those anymore through the same process. But now when I get headaches, what I do is I put peppermint oil. That's my favorite oil for headaches. For me, it's just so relaxing. And then I start talking to my cells in my head. I'm like, okay, head, I love you. Please, let go of this tension, whatever tension you're holding, whatever kind of stresses you're holding. I allow you to let go of them. Let's release them. Let's clear them. Sometimes you can journal about it. And it does take some self-awareness, and it does take time, because you do have to give yourself the time to think, and you do have to give yourself the time to just sit with yourself and see, what can I do? How can I fix this? And I just want you guys to realize you can totally, totally, totally heal your bodies. And this is just part one. I was so excited because I actually had medical proof that I healed something that was a major, major setback for me, especially in high school. I was so exhausted all the time. Even in college, I would take 2 naps, and I wasn't even out drinking all the time. That was just because I was tired and fatigued. And that was my anemia. My anemia was really, really intense back then. And now I can work 12 hours straight, no bruises. I don't even remember the last time I got a bruise. And my hair stopped falling. My hair is thicker. So all of these things are possible to change. It's just a matter of, do you want to put in the time? Do you want to put in the energy to heal your own body? It's really just a simple choice you have to make, and then you just go from there. And another thing, if you guys do want certain affirmations for different kind of body issues or weight loss or whatever, feel free. I've done a lot of packages about just healing your body. And a lot of my clients have noticed a huge difference. So I'm more than happy to, whether it's a phone call session or just an email session, I'm happy to explain this, send you more resources, and just really help you understand the mindset behind healing your own body, because it's so possible, very powerful, and anybody can do it. None of this is for X amount of people or this type of person or that type of person. This is for everybody, and it is my personal mission to spread all of this knowledge, all of this awareness as I learn as well to as many people as possible. So if you guys really did enjoy this podcast, I would absolutely love if you could just take a screenshot right now and just send it over to me so I know you're watching it. Post it on your story, post it wherever you want. I would just love if you could help me spread this mission so we can make this world an even better place, and it would mean the absolute world to me. And if you really like this, please let me know your feedback. Please let me know different things that you're working on to heal your body, and maybe I can make some YouTube videos about the most common affirmations for maybe a headache or for stomach aches or for period cramps, whatever it is. I would absolutely love if you guys left me your honest feedback on this episode, because it really helps me grow and helps me help you better. And that is my absolute mission, and that is my absolute goal. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me, because this is an energy exchange. At this moment, me and you are exchanging energy. I am sending you my loving energy, and I'm allowing you to send me your loving energy. So thank you. Thank you so much, and I hope this episode was helpful for you. And if you do have any questions, as always, feel free to send them my way, and I will do my best to answer them the best I can. Other than that, have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead, or evening or morning, whatever time of day it is, whenever you're listening to this. Just enjoy your day and start talking to those cells, because they're listening. They're just waiting for your love. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Mwah. That's all I have for you guys, and I just want to say thank you again for spending some time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, head over to my social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or go to my website if you want to subscribe to my email list, which is affirmation-addict.com. I cannot wait to hear from you guys, and I will talk to you guys super soon. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.